So I have a semi-fear of clowns, which makes me wonder how I dated some of my exes. No shade. But every time I tell this story, people feel like I was just imagining this. I refused to be gaslit. Growing up, we used to always go to my grandpa's house, and my grandpa's neighborhood was very peculiar, to say the least. Peculiar. Alright, bye. The neighborhood was very peculiar, to say the least. We used to have this older woman who was on the spectrum. She would come knock on the window in the middle of the night asking us to play. Her name was Wani. Ooh, maybe I shouldn't have said her name. Well, she did pass away. Ooh, see, that's your problem now. Why you gotta tell all the business? You talk too much. Why you gotta tell everything? I make a coin doing it. What you do? Ooh. Oh, my bad, King. Yeah, get your money up, not your funny up. Oh. Yeah. Now, this day, the only people who were in my grandpa's house were me, my brother, and my grandpa. I was in my sister's room watching Cubo because we did not have cable, no shade. And my brother and my grandpa were in my grandpa's room watching wrestling. I don't watch wrestling. Why would I want to see two sweaty men body slamming each other? Ooh. Maybe I should check that out. I'll put that in my notes. Now, as a kid, I was built like a Freightliner Cascadia. So the only thing I want to do is watch TV and eat. I'm already watching TV, but wait, I don't got no food to eat. But I was at my grandpa's house, and one thing about my grandpa, he don't buy groceries. You would have thought he was auditioning for the Hunger Games. No shade. So I go up in the kitchen, and I make my hood classic, sugar water and sugar bread. If you don't know about that, that's po activities. See, you might have been poor, but there's a different level of poverty. That's po. No shade. So I grab my sugar water and my sugar bread, and I'm walking back to my sister's room. Now, my sister had a rocking chair in her room, and I used to love the rocking chair. Why? Because I was too big to ride the roller coaster. So that was my roller coaster. No shade! So I'm walking back to the room. I'm fully prepared to sit in the rocking chair. Once I get into my sister's room, I can already feel a presence in the room. When I go all the way in, I look to my right at the rocking chair. Whew. Hold on. I see a clown in the rocking chair rocking back and forth. This clown was not like, doing so good. It was more like, and I was petrified. Mind you, at this point, I had never seen it. I didn't know who Pennywise was. So when I saw that, I had my sugar water and my sugar bread in my hand. I couldn't even scream fully. I literally went, and I dropped my sugar water and my sugar bread, and that's how you knew I was terrified, because I never drop food. No shade. I ran into my grandpa's room. I couldn't even get out a full sentence. I'm like, my grandpa like, what's wrong with you, boy? The room. Say, what? There's somebody in the room. So my brother gets up and he runs into the room. I run behind him. There's nobody in the room. However, though, the rocking chair was still rocking and the window was open. My brother can attest to this. The rocking chair was still rocking and the window was open. So now my brother looking out the window, I'm looking inside the closet. It took my grandpa 3 business days to get up. You know, them hips ain't what they used to be. No shade. The only thing he looking at, though, is the sugar water and the sugar bread on the floor. Mind you, I'm from Houston. All he thinking about is roaches. No shade. My grandpa like, clean this up. My brother like, no, grandpa, there was somebody up in here. My grandpa look at me, clean this up. I say, grandpa. My brother say, there was an intruder, grandpa. The only intruder is going to be on his behind if you don't clean this up. Matter of fact, go get me a switch. By this time in my life, I know how to get out that whooping. I want my mama. Man, you ain't got to call your mama. I want my mama. I want my mama. All right, boy, hush. You ain't got to call your mama. Yeah, because Monique don't play by me. After that day, I was petrified of clowns for a long time. And so I saw Pennywise a few years later, and that was exactly the clown that I saw. So ever since then, I have been horrified of Pennywise. Now, a few years ago, I was talking to my brother, and I reminded him about this. I was like, I don't know how I saw that clown, and we never watched it. He was like, yes, we did. We watched it the night before. Oh, we did? He said, yeah. So we did watch it. He said, yeah, you was imagining that. No, I was not. There was somebody in that rocking chair. There was somebody in that rocking chair. I promise you. I walked up in the room. I looked to my right. Now, it might not have been Pennywise, but there was somebody. Maybe it was Wani. Maybe it was Wani. She did used to come knock on our window. Maybe it was Wani. It was Wani. I gotta call my mama. Hold on. Okay, I just got off the phone with my mama. More than likely, that was Wani. Because my grandpa used to let us play with her. Even though she was like 60 years old, she had the mind of a child. So she probably climbed up in that window and was rocking in the rocking chair. Because she used to knock on our window at nighttime. So she knew we had a rocking chair up in there. That was Wani. Oh my gosh. This just healed some childhood trauma in me. No shade. Wow. Who needs therapy when you can just tell your business on the internet?